Hey, some of my posts are getting heat, as they should, because these narcissists are pretty persistent. But the one that I put with we do recover, and then I scratched it out and put suffer, and recovering is possible, and I scratched it out and put suffer, so we do suffer and suffering is possible. It's clear as day what the fuck it's talking about, and anybody that's bitching about it, they're pointing out the fact that they know exactly what the fuck it means. Meaning, if you can conclude those dots when you're hearing it, you understand how selfish it is. If you're upset when you hear somebody say the obvious truth, and you've been doing nothing but spread obvious bullshit, you're making it has brought an obvious insight. Just because it's obvious to some, apparently it's not obvious to everyone. That's a hard concept for me to get around. I don't realize how vastly stupid humans are. It blows my fucking mind just how dumb people can be. And then at first it's just idiocy, because most people aren't in recovery for selfishness. They just fall into that pattern, and then it's their arrogance, insecurities, and inability to actually live the 10th step, which is promptly admit when you're wrong. To this I don't know, the suffering thing. It's saying we're suffering in the rooms. Here's the point of what I wanted to get at is if people fucking I hope this doesn't disconnect this. If people really, like, the same people will conspiracy theorize about fucking how, like, the government is behind mass addiction and how big corporate money is, like, main leader of addiction and all this, and at the same time, like, they are not wrong about a lot of that. Like, if you were to dig into it, there is big corporate money behind big mass addiction. And to think that it's just behind the addiction and they wouldn't infiltrate their leading competition, which would be recovery, if you think that they would not fight recovery in any sort, then you're just conspiracy theorying to bitch and not actually have a thought or a mind of your own. You're just wanting to sound like you fucking... It's just like excuse and poor me bullshit without any fucking drive for conclusion or inspiration or, like, ideas. So it's just selfish bullshit again. Recovery's turned into selfish bullshit, and people back it up so fucking much. It's the reason I do this is not to hurt anybody that's hearing it. It's to stop the selfish bullshit so it stops hurting people that aren't even there. Obviously, if big money is into addiction, pushing, like, fentanyl and, like, just whatever conspiracy theory you can theorize, anything you can come up with, to think that they would not infiltrate recovery is fucking feeble-minded. And it's obvious. I was talking to a friend who's in the field. Like, she's been in the field for a long time. She's not an addict. She's actually in the field for proper reasons. She didn't get 3 months clean and now is in the field. That is an obvious manipulation to me. That is obviously a part of this big fucking... And she understands exactly everything I was talking about when I talked about how, well, on the streets and stuff, like, there's human trafficking going on, and big money and corporation connected to the structure of the government. And it's not necessarily the government, but it's just big corporations abusing the system and human trafficking, and obviously pushing dope, obviously the big dollars behind it. What I do is not because I'm upset at recovery or anything, and it's not just to point out how stupid most people are. There's an actual fucking point behind it. There's actually people dying because of this. There's people never making it to recovery because of this. And every fucking person that says the still suffering is in those rooms You're playing a fucking part on the wrong side of the team, you pieces of shit.